welcome to Political Empire. I'm your host, Jeff HORSEMAN with the Press Enterprise and PE.com. And today we're going to be talking about an effort in Sacramento to get some long-term money for UC Riverside School of Medicine, as well as an interesting dilemma facing Republican lawmakers after the November election. But first, two new Democratic lawmakers from Riverside have introduced virtually identical measures in the state legislature to annually appropriate $15 million to the UCR School of Medicine. The bills are the first of their kind so early in a legislative year. Their authors, Senator Richard Roth and Assemblyman Jose Medina, pledged to secure money for the medical school during their campaigns this year. Now, university officials have tried since 2008 to secure ongoing state money for the school amid massive budget shortfalls. And in 2011, they had to postpone the school's first freshman class because of the lack of state money, which at one point also jeopardized the medical school's accreditation. So now we're going to be talking about, once again, the November election and how it has some Republican lawmakers stressing the need to reach out to a Latino community that overwhelmingly backed Democrats. Now, the Latino vote has become increasingly influential and played a role this year in the re-election of President Barack Obama, as well as the defeat locally of incumbent Republican Congresswoman Mary Bono Mack of Palm Springs. Now, joining us to talk about this is reporter David Olson, who has been writing about immigration and covers multicultural issues for us, and we're just going to talk about whether a key, immigration reform, which is a key Latino issue, will get any traction given what happened this November. Now, David, what are Latino activists saying about immigration reform and the prospects of working with the Republican Party?
Well, one of the things is they said they are very, here in the Inland Empire and elsewhere, very open to working with the Republican Party, and in the House of Representatives they have to. Even though the Republican majority is a little bit diminished after the November 6th election, they still have a majority of seats in the House. So immigration reform has to get past the GOP-controlled House. And so they want to work with Republicans. But one thing I keep hearing over and over, and this is a term you're going to hear more and more, a pathway to citizenship. Latino activists, everyone I've talked to say that has to be part of immigration reform, and the large majority of Republicans are against that, and so that will be a key sticking point.
All right. Well, speaking of the Republicans, I mean, on the one hand, they want to reach out to Latinos. On the other hand, they want to stay true to their conservative principles and their base. Can you talk a little bit about, kind of how the issues facing them and maybe how they're trying to overcome that?
It's a tough dilemma because that's true, and there are a lot of Republicans who have very safe districts in which they don't think they really necessarily have to respond to Latino voters. They have they don't have a large number of Latino constituents. There are others with, for example, Gary Miller here in the Inland Empire in San Bernardino County, who has a lot of Latino voters. I think about a third of his voters in that district are Latino. On the other hand, he has a lot of very conservative voters who may be angered if he switches on this issue. He's been a stalwart in taking a leadership role in anti-illegal immigration measures. So it is a dilemma. Some of them are not quite sure what is the most politically risky thing to do, to anger Latino voters or to anger their conservative base.
All right. Well, thank you, David, for your time. I appreciate it. And you can catch up on this issue and other cultural issues by following David Olson's blog on PE.com. And again, you can always check PE.com and our various reporters' Twitter accounts and our Facebook pages for everything going on in inland Southern California. I'm Jeff HORSEMAN. Thanks for watching.